All right, guys, it's me once again, Sergeant Connor, Army recruiter. Hit me up on Instagram. Call that number if you need to. Hey, if you're in the Lima, Ohio area, anywhere near me, give me a call. I'll be glad to recruit you. So, topic I want to touch on right now is: can you go from the Army Reserve to the active duty Army? Is it possible? I know I hear all the time that, hey, my recruiter told me I can go active, man. I can do reserve and then do active later. Well, it is true, okay? You can do reserve. You can start off with the Army Reserve, which is part-time, 1 weekend per month. And then later on, you can move on to active duty. Now, one thing that I do need to point out is it's not absolutely guaranteed, right? Because while your recruiter can tell you, hey, look, yeah, active or reserve first, you could definitely go active duty. Well, it depends on your reserve unit, okay? Your reserve unit has to sign something called a conditional release, all right? That means that your reserve unit agrees to release you under the condition you're accepted into the active duty, okay? So your reserve unit has to say, you know what, yeah, your reason for going to active duty is justified. I do want to let you go. You can go ahead and go on to active duty. Sometimes your reserve unit might delay you going to active duty because they got a deployment coming up, or they need you specifically for some specific reason, where they might delay the process. Sometimes I've heard of, reserve units or even National Guard part-time units, delaying paperwork because the paperwork got lost in the shuffle, okay? But I can tell you from my personal experience, I did active duty. I did 3 years active duty, and then I went to the reserve. I wanted to go to college. Went to the reserve, worked part-time, did my whole college thing, and decided, you know what, I want to go active duty again. So my reserve unit released me from their unit, and then I went active duty, and I became a recruiter. So it definitely is possible, but it's not like cut and dry. Like as soon as you're ready to go, you just come back to your recruiter and say, hey, man, I'm ready to go, and then they can just take you. You have to get that conditional release signed, okay? I mean, there's other specifics going into it. Once you make a certain rank, it's harder to get back to active duty. But generally, from the rank of E1 to E4, you can pretty much go back to active, all right? There generally has to be a position for you, okay? So there has to be a vacancy either for the MOS that you already hold, or there has to be a vacancy for a position that we can train you into, okay, to a new job when you go active duty. So say for the reserve, you're a truck driver, and then there's no vacancies in active duty for truck drivers. We would take a look at your rank, make sure that you fit E1 through E4, and then we take a look at your ASVAB score and say, you know what, does your ASVAB score qualify you for a job that has a vacancy? So we take a look at your ASVAB score. You're actually qualified for air defense artillery, right? Bam. If you're qualified for that job and there's a vacancy for that, you can move into that job, okay? And there's a lot of things that play in a factor, MEBS and HRC and vacancies and your rank and all that good stuff. But generally, you can go from reserve to active duty. If you have any more specific questions about that, please contact me directly. You can leave a message in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer. Peace out.